Can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so hey everyone, welcome to the Hardware Community Meeting. The agenda for today is I'll talk a little bit about some of the releases, and then we'll demo the Proxy cache feature. So before we go into the demo, a few announcements. We released the 1.10.4 as well as the 2.0.1. So the 2.0.1 has quite a few fixes related to the tree scanner, image replication. Let's take a look. So image application, tree scanner, we also removed the ability to ping the webhook endpoint out of security concerns. And then we're starting to look at the Harbor 2.2 release. So if we look at the project board here, the 2.1 is on track to GA towards the end of August. And so we have a 2.2 product suggestions swindling here. So the features listed here aren't necessarily locked down yet, just some of the things that we're given priority to, but it can still change. So if there's something you'd like to see from the backlog or something from here that hasn't been captured, please raise a ticket to us or just bring it up on the community meeting here. And so like a few of the things that we're considering, the robot account being shared across multiple hardware projects. We had talked about that. There's this ticket here, which is fine-grained access control. So this is referring to adding additional granularity in hardware multi-tenancy beyond what we have right now with just projects. So this is actually a pretty large, pretty ambitious feature request. Not just asking for more granular access, but the ability to create teams of users and robots that you can then tie to a set of projects using this notion of a workspace, right? So through a workspace, the idea is that all the users within that group or that workspace gets uniform set of permissions to those projects. So instead of having to add a user into each project, you can just attach them to configure a workspace. And then this one right here, I believe this is asking for, this is the ability to view all vulnerabilities aggregated across all projects that the user is entitled to, instead of having to dive into each project, which I think makes sense. And then another one that we're thinking about is the Prometheus integration to expose metrics to Prometheus. You can see this is a pretty old issue. We've been planning for this for about 2 years now. And that makes sense, right? I think, especially when deployed as a Kubernetes cluster, there are already existing solutions for Prometheus that's very robust and expose all your endpoints, your pods, your ingress to Prometheus as service discovery. So definitely something where we can think about for the 2.2 release. Yeah, so most of the requests are captured here in the backlog that we'll move up with a subset of these into the 2.2. But if there's something that's not in the backlog, definitely raise a ticket to us. Yeah, so that's the release announcements and the 2.2 planning. So with that, I'll hand it off to Stone for the proxy cache demo. So hey, Stone, are you there?
Yeah. Can you please let me share my screen?
Yep, I stopped sharing.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's start. Before we can use the Proxy cache, we should install the latest Dell build of the Hubble. We are going to release the Proxy cache release feature in 2.1, and we have already merged some most of the PRs. Yeah, and you can try it in latest build. After install the latest build, and then we can try these features. We have to log in with the user of the mini user, sysadmin user to create a project cache. And another condition is we have to create the registries that need to proxy in a Hubble before we create our Proxy cache project. And here we have created two endpoint registry. One is Hubble, local Hubble, and another is Doc Hub. Currently, we are officially support Hubble and Doc Hub to proxy. And this is at least are two preconditions for create our project cache project. And now we can create our project cache project. Docker Hub proxy. And here, when the current user is a sysadmin user, then there is a project cache options here when you create an object. And then you can select the registries to be proxied. We select Doc Hub. Okay. Then there is a Proxy cache type project created. After created, then we can use the Proxy cache in Docker command. For example, we need to pull a Docker images like Docker pull lift envoy latest. This is the previous command that we pull from Docker Hub. And currently we have to change the command to log in the host, log into a host, such as log in with any user that you can have access to this project. For example, either a Mac and currently this user have no access to this project, and we can add the user to this project. For example, Mac. And then we can use the command to pull images from the proxy project, Docker pull. The Docker pull command we have changed to need to add a prefix Docker Hub proxy, and this is the previous Now it is already pull images from the Proxy Catch project. And a few minutes later, and then we can we can check this stock image is already cached in a project. For example, the lift MOI is already cached in a Proxy Catch, Proxy Catch. And the repo name is add a prefix like doc hub proxy. This is a little different with the normal project. For other previous features such as members, RBAC and label and scan and retention policy, all these features are like a normal project. We disabled the push command, disable the push to the Proxy project, Proxy Catch project. And for any Docker images that you didn't want to retain in a disk, you can set up a tag retention policy. For example, you can add a rule that like only retain the recently pulled, for example, last 1 week. Then it will remove all the not use any Docker images that not used in the recent weeks. All other features should like the normal project. This is all for the how to use the Proxy Catch. If you have any interest on these features, you can download the latest dev build to try and give us some hopefully you can give us some advice and feedback. Thank you. Any other questions?
I have a question. Can we switch the Proxy Catch project back to normal project?
Currently, we cannot switch it back to our normal project. We just create and delete.
Yeah. And could you click the new project again? Yep. So we cannot create public Proxy Catch project? Oh, okay, yeah.
We can create.
I see. Okay.
And the permission of the project is determined by the permission of the user of the Docker Hub account, right? In the case of Docker Hub.
Yeah.
Can you click on logs? Logs. Can you click on, or I can share my screen. Or you can click on logs.
Go to logs. Oh, okay.
Any logs under for that project?
You mean the Proxy Catch, right?
Yeah, the Proxy Catch project logs.
Currently, we have some bugs in the Proxy Catch. Not in.
I mean, like under the project, right? If you not system logs, but project logs.
I think
It's
Alex mean you go back to the project and click the logs tab. Yeah.
We can go. Okay.
okay. So that's a timestamp of the pull action.
Yeah. Actually, we did not change the log action in proxy for proxy project because it is a push command initiative by the Doc Hub by the proxy service.
Mm-hmm.
It works as a normal project.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we don't see the pull command here. We only see
Right.
the creation of the artifact. Where's the pull command?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
We did not. We just yeah. We can try to pull.
No. I mean the pull command from the end user from your CLI when you pulled. So we see that the Harbor proxy service proxied the image.
Yeah.
So that's the top
Yeah.
icon at 911, but you don't see the pull from the end user.
Yeah, the reason is that currently the pull request was sent to the Docker Hub. So, but I think Stone, I think that's a good point. We can consider to add another log entry. I'm not sure if it should be pull or proxied, but yeah, there should be.
No, but so ideally, Daniel, it should be three things, right? One is the refresh of the image from Docker Hub to Harbor, and that's the and I believe that's what it says create here, right? That's
Right.
Maybe that one is, and then the second one is the pull command from the client to Harbor.
Right.
Right, so there's two things that happen. So, for example, if now your Envoy latest was updated upstream in Docker Hub, if you do another pull, it should show again two commands: one the refresh from Docker Hub to Harbor, and one from Harbor to the client. And if the image is not updated upstream, it should only be one entry, which is client to Harbor.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Currently, the podcast have some different with the normal project. We have
So on my environment, I actually have it. I'm not sure why it's different on yours, but maybe it's a different build. But the one that I'm testing on, I can see the pull actions as separate entries in logs, but there's no timestamp, which, you know, it's something we need to add. And ideally, we should add, if the digest is refreshed, we should add the digest as well.
Maybe there's a filter. Click on advanced. Let's see if you have a filter on. Click on operations. Okay, oh, you have it selected. Okay. No, pull was selected already.
Yeah, I think I'm sure there won't be because I reviewed the code and yeah.
If we repull the artifact, what will happen? It's a new log will create.
Yeah, there will be a log for pull. There will be another entry for pulling the lift Envoy latest. Because after the image is proxied, we consider it's local. That's the key point.
Yeah, I mean that's important, right? Because Harbor is acting as a middleman, right? So Harbor needs to record all actions.
Yeah. So we just look at the first log, right?
Well, right now Harbor should not be going upstream, right? So Harbor should just.
Yeah.
So let's see. Ideally, what happened now is Harbor checked if there's a latest version of Envoy latest upstream. Since there isn't, it shouldn't do anything, and it should just pull from Harbor. Yeah, I guess the pulls are not recorded.
There should be some bug. I mean, you see there's an extra entry, but the operation is empty. Probably some bug in UI.
It looks like it went upstream again.
He deleted the he did a Docker RMI, right? He deleted the image before.
No, he deleted the image locally on his Docker client.
Yeah.
Not in Harbor.
Yeah, I think we should check that offline.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, so Alex, he deleted the client locally. We should never go upstream in this case.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you know it went upstream? Because you're only looking at his.
Because the username is Harbor Service here, right? It's not his mic. It should be Mike.
Right.
So when the username here is Harbor Service, that's the username you use to go upstream. Mike is the user that pulled.
Right.
Anyway, by the way, like this is amazing work. This is awesome to see. I love that we make so much progress on Proxy Cache. These are little details. Let's iron them out. But this is amazing work, folks. Great to see.
By the way, I have another comment, Dorian. I think when you trigger the pull at the first time, there is a relatively long lag between the data transfer actually begins. What was happening there?
I have a similar question. I noticed that.
Yeah, I think it may be related to the environment because it take longer than like just try in afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah,
but if that's slow, I think we need some improvement there. Thanks.
It's also worth mentioning that only the system admin can do this, right? Project admin. I'm not sure if that was mentioned. Only the system admin can create a Proxy project.
Yeah.
By the way, Daojun, after the proxy cache is created, can a regular user see it's a proxy cache and a proxy, I mean, which remote registry is a proxy? Can a regular project member see that?
Let's try.
Yep.
For example, using the Mac. Currently, he can see the project, but
you can see the word proxy cache, right? And there's a logo here that.
Yeah.
But I think that information, the registry ID, is in the response of the API. So maybe we should show that too, somewhere.
Okay, let's try. Previous for the new user, he can see the endpoint.
Yeah, I think for regular user, what do you think, Alex? I think regular user should see that too. It's not a secret.
I'm sorry, what is your question? You're asking about if it's safe?
Yeah, currently only the system admin can see the proxy cache endpoint. But I think as a regular member of this project, he should also be able to see this information, because that's helpful. Otherwise, the regular member may not know which remote registry is proxy.
I think that's fine. Yep. All right, very cool. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone who wants to try these features, you can download the build from our shared image in the chat window. from this link.
All right, thank you, Stone, for that demo.
Thank you.
That's all we have planned for today. Does anyone else have any questions or comments? Any announcements, Michael?
No, nothing new on our end. There was quite a bit of press on Harbor, so as part of the graduation announcement, so that was good. That was great for our project. Thank you to all. Thank you to our community. I think the next step right now is everybody's preparing for KubeCon Shanghai, the virtual event, and KubeCon Europe, also another virtual event in both of them happening in the next month and a little bit over a month. So if you have sessions, thank you for your contributions to Harbor. If you want feedback and advice, feel free to utilize everybody on the community. And we look forward to all of you attending and participating in those events. And Alex, when the office hours the Harbor will have at the CNCF answer bar, we'll make sure we publicize it to the community in case anybody wants to attend and visit and chat with us.
Yep, will do.
Yeah, nothing else from me.
All right, thanks everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.